Unit 5, Lesson 1 of our financial math. So we're going to talk about money for our last unit. Simple interest is how we're going to start. You should have the note in front of you ready to fill in some terms. There we go. Interest is the money that is earned by investing money or lending money to someone else. So you earn interest by investing your money or lending out your money. The amount of interest earned depends on 4 things. The principal, that's the amount of money that's originally invested. The interest rate, that's the percentage rate at which interest is earned. The time, the length of time that the money is invested for. And the type of interest that is earned, simple or compound. We're going to look at both types of interest. So principal, interest, time, and the type of interest affect how much interest can be earned. So simple interest is the amount of interest earned on a principal, P, at a given rate of interest for a period of time in years. The formula for simple interest is I equals the principal times the rate times the time. The P times the R times the T. The amount of investment is the value of the principal, so the amount of money you invest, plus the interest earned on the investment. So you add your principal plus your interest, and you get your interest from doing principal times rate times time. So if we look at an example, determine the simple interest if $500 is invested for 5 years at 6%. So to figure out my interest, I take the principal, $500, I multiply it by the rate. Remember to turn your rate to a decimal. To change percent to a decimal, divide by 100. And if you're good with decimals, you'll remember that all you have to do really is move it over 2 places, 0.06. So we've got our principal times our rate times our time of 5 years. And we get out our calculators and we calculate how much interest. So 500 times 0.06 times 5. So that would mean there would be $150 in interest. Determine the simple interest if $12,500 is invested for 7.5 years at 8.6%. Same deal. Principal, much larger, 12,500 times the rate. Take your rate, divide it by 100, 0.086. So my R value is 0.086 and 7.5 years, so 7.5 is my time. Times 0.086 times 7.5. So $8,062.50 times 0.086. I'm thinking that number is a little high. Let me double check that for a minute. Nope, $8,062.50 in interest. All right, one more quick example. Determine the amount if $2,000 is invested with simple interest for 30 months at 7%. So the interest is the principal times the rate, 0.07, times the time in years. 30 months is 1 year plus 6 more months. So that's 1.5 years. Watch your time when you enter it in your equation. So 1.5 years. So I have got 2,000 times 0.07 times 1.5, which gives me $210 in interest. Now make sure that you always read the question carefully, because it says determine the amount. The amount is the principal plus the interest. So I started with $2,000 and I'm going to add the interest. So the amount I end up with is $2,210 after a year and a half. All right, your job is to try a few simple interest questions. Pay attention to whether you're calculating just the interest or the amount, which is the principal plus the interest.